Hi, my name is Faye Colley. I'm with the Office of Educator Effectiveness and Leadership Development. In this video, I'd like to model to you how I capture thinking and problem solving. We will use a short clip from SELE.org Learning Library. It is for a secondary ELA class focusing on readers' theater. Let's watch that clip together.
Villain, be sure thou prove my love a whore, but serve it.
Grab him. Yep, this gets physical, yeah.
Villain, be sure thou prove my love a whore, be sure give it the ocular proof, or by the worth of mine eternal soul, thou hadst been better, or born a dog than answered my walk in wrath.
Performance-based activities such as readers' theater help students make personal connections with the text and increase their skills as readers, writers, listeners, and speakers.
Oh, grace. Oh, heaven forgive me. Are you a man? Have you a soul or sense?
Druid Hills High School is widely, richly, wonderfully diverse. I think that the play Othello responds to that diversity. We learned that this handkerchief was Othello's first gift to Desdemona. Of all the things that Shakespeare could have had this handkerchief decorated with, we've got strawberries embroidered on it. Why strawberries? Why not palm trees or coconuts or swords?
It probably could be like related to their relationship because like when strawberries grow, like they grow out of ground and like a patch and they grow really fast.
Yes.
And like how it can be like symbolized to how their relationship like came so close to like they're just falling in love so fast. But then like you have to like pick strawberries fast because the plant like a die out really fast. Right. So it could be like symbolizing to how they grow fast and they die fast with their relationship.
That idea of growing close to the ground and also the quickness of their love. Again, Othello's going to compare Desdemona to a weed, and there's some similarities there. So hang on to that, and we'll see more about that later. That's a good job, you guys. That's really my job as an English teacher, is to connect this literature that we study. So it's not just a dry discourse, that it always has some kind of relevance to them, and that maybe they will see their interpersonal relationships through these lenses, that they are not alone and that this is not peculiar to their generation.
I'm now sharing with you my script for that short clip. So I wrote here what the lesson was and what happened when it started, and then some timings and who's doing what. Student behaviors, teacher behaviors are all noted in my script. So when I finish scripting, I will take from my script the evidence that I gather that fall under thinking and problem solving. So I want to think about what's inside the indicators. I go back to the rubric and I look at the proficient column, and I see that analytical thinking happened in that class. I'm just going to copy this to guide my thinking. And the evidence that I think that meets that is when the teacher asked this question of all the things that Shakespeare could have had this handkerchief decorated with, ... Okay, it's just asking about the strawberries. So I'm just going to use that for my script. And that's what I captured as the teacher's behavior. And I'm just going to move this label about the descriptor. Definitely that was prompting the students to think, the question that she posed. And then the product would be the response of the student. So one student that was sitting down said that when strawberries grow, they grow out of ground, they grow really fast. It might symbolize grow fast and die fast in their relationship. So I'm just gonna place that here. And the problem-solving descriptor would actually fall multiple places if I look at my problem-solving indicator and descriptors. So looking at proficient, this student had to justify her solution, her answer. So I'll use that. It could be one descriptor or multiple descriptors. And the other descriptor I think it matches is actually for problem solving. Also abstraction, that's a very abstract idea, and you have to deconstruct that image that was being given to you, the embroidered strawberry. So I'll use that. And this is how I use the rubric, my script, to fill in this chart for connecting thinking and problem solving based on a clip from a lesson. Now, what I'd like you to do is practice for a bit before you work on a bigger lesson. You'll be working on Mr. Bell's third grade math lesson and figuring out thinking and problem solving that's happening in that lesson. But real quick, I'd share with you the rest of the video from sellead.org, and you can practice working on that.
High school.
Students at South Hills Middle School take Reader's Theater one step further and reimagine a classic text, The Three Musketeers, in a modern-day context.
Antonio, have you decided whether you're going to be a jock or a nerd?
We found a Reader's Theater of The Three Musketeers that we had here at the school. We had the students perform that.
The Chief Musketeer? What business does a boy such as you yourself have with him?
I am not a boy. I am 18 years old, and I am going to be a musketeer.
A musketeer? Perhaps if I let you live.
And then we had them write a new version in a different setting, and the setting they chose was in a middle school.
I'm warning you, kid. You're getting yourself in a really deep hole, and I might just jump in and beat you if you don't stop.
How about 4 o'clock by the flagpole? And you'll learn that I'm no boy.
My favorite part would have to be that you got to make your own scripts, and we got to do something fun and present to the class and show off our work.
My favorite part was that it was like in the modern age, so you can understand it more.
I like how the audience interacted with it.
Wait, what? You're a girl?
Yeah, I've told you a million times by now, I believe.
Was that kid put off her face?
Oh, she's a girl! Didn't see that one coming.
All right, so understand you may have not seen the timestamps, but hopefully you are capturing evidence as you watch it. You could replay this video to see that, or you can go to sellead.org, look up Reader's Theater Secondary in the Learning Library if you want to watch that. Make sure you're using Microsoft Explorer to pull it, because there are issues with other browsers. But what you want to do with that as a practice is, again, have your script. You'll be given a document to fill for thinking and problem solving. Use the script that you created, match it up with the descriptors under the thinking and problem solving indicators in the instruction domain. Place your pieces of evidence inside the appropriate boxes for teacher behavior or student behavior. And then place the descriptor that supports that evidence as falling as either under thinking and problem solving. In this example, I could even add that one of the things that were happening, not just analytical thinking, was also practical thinking. Because the student had to say that strawberries grow out of the ground. So she had to have that connection from real life to even know that. And that also became part of her justification. So I hope you learned how to get evidence for thinking and problem solving, and how to connect those with the descriptors of those two indicators using the rubric. Again, this is Faye Colley with the Office of Educator Effectiveness and Leadership Development.